Good evening. My name is Rebecca Pryor, and I'm a freshman at Oneida High School.
And my name is Hannah Martin, and I'm a sophomore at Oneida High School.
Attitude is a settled way of thinking or feeling about someone or something, typically one that is reflected in a person's behavior. It makes up our personalities and the way others feel about us. A positive attitude can reflect well on us as individuals. However, a negative attitude not only reflects bad on us, but can result in other people having a negative attitude. One's attitude can easily rub off on others, and that is why it is our job as the citizens of Scott County to maintain a positive attitude. If we do not, it will simply be impossible to ever make a change in this county. Attitude and poverty mentality go hand in hand. Poverty mentality is the mindset or acceptance that one and or one's family will live in poverty and nothing can or will be done about it. It is giving up and surrendering to this massive problem in our community known as poverty.
80% of all students in Scott County live economically disadvantaged, and that hasn't changed in 17 years. To me, this was a shocking realization. Growing up, I lived a sheltered life. I thought everyone went to school, practiced, and then came home and ate dinner with their families. I wish this were the reality, but it is not. We often hear that the reality is the majority of our students do not have their basic needs met, but the real reality is that all of our students have a poverty mentality. Even the minute 20% who do not experience poverty still have a poverty mentality.
You've already heard that generation by generation, we see the same cycle repeating over and over, and it is time to break that cycle. We cannot break the cycle by doctoring the symptoms. We have to change the mentality of our generations to come. In a few short years, the current youth of Scott County will become the leaders of this community, which is why it is vital to begin educating our students to strive for a better way of life now. Les Brown once said, "You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great."
Changing the mindset of our youth will not be a simple task, as we have already seen. Poverty mentality is deeply rooted in their minds. To change their way of thinking, we must be persistent. After all, persistence is the science of winning. Imagine what it would be like if Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King Jr., Susan B. Anthony, and other great leaders before us would have given up their persistence. Slavery could still be practiced, we wouldn't have equal rights, and women couldn't vote.
Just as these icons were passionate about overcoming their obstacles, we, as the Youth Service Learning Initiative, are just as passionate about overcoming our destitution. My favorite Bible verse says, "With men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." I believe that with God at the center of this program, we can and will achieve the goal of reflecting our poverty rate from 80 to 20% to 20 to 80%.
I hope that through this program, every student realizes that they control the rest of their own lives. Just because mom and dad were alcoholics or drug addicts, it does not mean that they can't be doctors, lawyers, or maybe even president someday.
I'm Rebecca Pryor.
I am Hannah Martin.
And we are the change we want to see happen.